can't do. And you know what? I gotta say this: the Satan is doing a fucking good job.
And he just got mad right there, you know.
He's doing a good job, though, man. He's doing a great job. He has all you people deceived, walking around like it's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Man, World War III is about to pop off. That's for sure. That's definitely gonna happen because Russia just gave Syria a whole bunch of S-300s. Man, that aerial defense system that they got going. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, you know you're God's chosen.
And that's just one time. Maybe the second time he'll come by and stop, or the third time. But the thing is, there's still a chance. There's still a chance. But this image is gonna stay in that young brother's head, and that just shows you that Eve is wicked because Eve is the one that crossed the street first, and then Jacob just followed. Hey man, that's beautiful, man. Because we're talking about how we fucked up. So we gotta talk about
The first woman.
Look at they went across they went back to that side of the street that we're on.
Damn.
What about the word offense is offensive, man? What I want to know. What about the Holy Scriptures is so offensive? And I didn't mean to throw up that diamond.
Because they're doing what I was just about to read over again, Jeremiah 6 and 15. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. So these people, they know that we're out here speaking the word, you know, and by them, you know, avoiding us, they're being, you know, ashamed. They're ashamed. Because why wouldn't, if you were righteous, you would walk wherever you go, wherever you want. Because why would you be scared to go this way or go that way? You know, you gotta defend, you know, the gospel.
Well, it's especially about defending what you believe in the gospel, so that we can fix it. Because if you're saying, oh, I believe this in the gospel, I believe that homosexuals have the right to preach, and we'll tell you to look at Leviticus 18:22, and then we'll tell you in 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, which we're going to get later, and then, you know, we'll try to convince you that it's wrong. And then we'll tell you, well, if you don't believe it, go do your own research, and you'll come to the terms that this place is wicked.
That's right. So it says, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. So you're gonna fall among the people that are gonna fall. You're gonna be stumbling over them, you know?
And that sounds a little lighter than it actually is. It actually is a lot heavier. That means that there's gonna be dead people on the floor, and you're gonna die with them too. That means wherever these Edomites die, and you're following them, and you're Jake, you're gonna die with them.
That's right, and that's gonna be that nuclear destruction, you know?
Hey, and we have to tell all of you that it's coming. Whether you're an Israelite or Edomite or a son of man. We have to tell all of you that's coming. Nuclear devastation is coming. Like I was saying before, the young man walked across, and I believe he was a Judite. I mean, followed Eve. Russia's not giving, but they're delivering what Syria had bought. Now they have those S-300s, upgraded S-300s. So now they can do air defense, superior air defense. The days of the state of Israel doing fly-throughs and flybys in the country of Syria are over. So all these nations are coming together to fulfill the prophecy.
Take technology is only getting better, you know. And once technology reaches its peak, that's when they're gonna. That's when those nukes they're gonna fly over here, you know.
Yeah, and that's especially good what the brother just said. When technology reaches its peak, and the peak of that technology is those nuclear missiles, but also the super soldiers and their man, they got camouflage technology, makes them look like Predator. I went to go see that movie, The Predator, with my family, and that movie was awesome, man. That movie was awesome, and it told you all of Esau's plans. Get Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai's technology to use it against him. That's all that movie was. But it was a good ass movie. We should go check it out one day. I know you don't really like the Predator, but that movie was tight, man.
I just need to watch the first one.
The first one is pretty bad too. It's pretty bad too.
To know the story.
And all these movies that are coming out as of late are having to do with the RFID technology and the Mark of the Beast technology. Upgrade. How you gonna deny that? Upgrade. And they didn't even put it up on theaters long enough so we can go check it out here in Hanford, California. The Prophets right here in Hanford, California, they didn't even have time to go check that movie out in theaters because they took it down. They didn't want us to have it. But I went to go buy that shit, and that was worth the $20. Got it on Blu-ray DVD. Now I have it for the rest of to the remainder of life until your house comes back and starts dropping those missiles. Boom, boom, boom. But but the point was, the height of technology is the war implementations that you have for this great war. The Revelation 12 and 12, I think, or 7 and 12. But it's going to be that war. Go ahead.
Because it said, therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down. Said Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. So that's why at the same time when them nukes are coming, that's when the Son of the Most High is going to come.
And when they fall, read that again.
It says, therefore they shall fall among them that fall.
So they're gonna fall among them that fall. So it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be martial law. You're gonna be dropping like that, and you're gonna be dropping with sickness. You're gonna be dropping in the FEMA concentration camps. You're gonna be dropping from famine. You're gonna be dropping from World War III. You're gonna be dropping from taking that RFID microchip. Man, you're gonna be dropping like flies over flies. Read that again, man. That was beautiful.
Because if you're not in this truth, you're gonna fall.
If you're not in this truth, you're pretty much for the stubble. You're pretty much the food for flame.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 15. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down.
That's also talking about those big corporations, those countries, those nations that are against the truth.
And this is also Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? So seeking the ancient ways, that's the good ways. You know, these when Moses gave the laws, statutes, and commandments, you should be seeking that because that's the good way.
But like at the time of Moses, we're telling you, don't do this, don't do that. But at the time of Moses, they were like, man, wasn't this guy a captain in the Egypt army? Wasn't he living lavishly? He just brought us out here to die. They was talking all kinds of shit.
Because if you seek the old ways, the Old Testament, if you uphold the law, statutes, and commandments, it says, and walk therein, ye shall find rest for your souls. So your soul's going to be at rest if you seek the law, statutes, and commandments. You're going to have peace in your soul.
Right now, we don't have peace. You have to work. You have to go to school. You have to buy books. You have to buy gas. You have to buy clothes. And you get all of that stuff by working. So you spend a third of your day working hard just to get some money, just to pay the bills. And sometimes you don't even have money to eat.
So this is where you can rest your soul, is in these scriptures. And it says, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. That's what we are. We're the watchmen. And we're blowing the trumpet.
Basically, it's like a referee. You're playing a soccer match, and you see a guy commit a foul, you call him out on it. You're like, hey, here's a red card.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because all we are is just witnesses. Because we're a witness unto the sin that you're committing. Because this is like spiritual court. You know, we're in the courtroom, and you're over here committing all these sins, and all we could do is be a witness. Because if we don't testify, you know, to what you did, then that's going to be on us. The Most High is going to hold us accountable for not telling you.
Even the little kid knows to tell on somebody when they're doing something bad. So why not now?
So we're just the watchmen telling our people about sin. And if you have any questions, you could,
You just ask.
you know.
But it's just obvious that you don't.
And also a woman should grow her hair out. You know, because
But she knew she was in the wrong. That's why she didn't ask.
because it says you're a shame unto nature if you're a woman and you cut your hair.
And we're about to get into that homosexuality right there. We're about to get into it right now. I have some juicy information. Oh, and by the way, the brother from Llamas in Peru, or Peru en Llamas, Babylonia en Llamas from Peru, he did a video last month talking about how France just passed some law saying that there's age of consent is 11, so now they're pedophiles over there in France getting their rocks off because you could have sex with an 11-year-old boy and say that he consented.
Man, that's some crazy shit.
And you're allowing this, Esau. You're allowing
some wicked people out there, because I also heard they got a facility somewhere, and I think they hold pedophiles or something in there, and they'll make them look into VR glasses and make them look at child porn to see if it arouses them.
Of course it's gonna fucking arouse them. They're sick in the head.
Yep.
I mean, damn, man. That's like putting me in a room and saying, look, we're gonna fill the room up with short, big butt white girls, and you can do whatever you want. Of course it's gonna arouse me. I'm gonna have so much fun.
I guess it's supposed to be like a test or something. That's stupid.
Shit.
You know?
But you could be conditioned into believing things. Let's say you were a straight guy, just a little weak in the head, and they're conditioning you. They're telling you it's okay for this, it's okay for that, which is not okay for a lot of things. But then they start getting you to accept it little by little, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're doing it. You're doing that thing that you once thought was bad because it was introduced to you as okay.
That's right, and that's called programming. Programming.
Boom. And that's where we're going to get into this character called Bishop Walter Wright and the Writer trial. that trial was all based upon this guy, Bishop Walter Ryder, and he was the first Episcopalian bishop to ordain a homosexual, an active homosexual man, into the ministry. And then also the first woman minister was ordained by this guy, Walter Ryder.
Damn, at the same time.
And he's an Edomite, okay? So I just dropped that bombshell, man. And that comes from studying. So wickedness comes from Esau, okay?
Yep.
You Edomites are wicked. You guys are into pedophilia, homosexuality, and you have no boundaries. You're fucking disgusting people.
It's always an Edomite that, comes out with a new thing, saying that you could do this, you could do that.
And then this is one of the things that they ignored when they happened. This is Leviticus 18 and 22. You shall not lie with the male as with the woman. Such a thing is an abomination. So it's an abomination to have sex with a man if you're a man. A woman shouldn't have sex with a woman.
That's right, and you should be teaching your kids that too.
Most of you kids know that too. But this guy, Bishop Walter Ryder, he thought it was okay to ordain a homosexual man into his congregation, and he was having sex with him too. You could damn right believe it. Because that guy, he was still having sex while he was a minister with other men. An abomination against the scriptures right there. So that lets you know, and you can look that up. Look up the name Walter Wright. Walter Reiter. He was the guy that let a homosexual pastor into the ministry, which is wickedness, and it's just plain wrong.
This is Matthew 5 and 14. It said, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." So it says, "Ye are the light of the world." So we found the light. So we're the light now, and we're sitting on top of a hill, and we're shining it.
And
It can't be hid.
And that hill represents a government. We're sitting on top of the government of Babylon, the great city. And we shine it like onto the light of, like, read that again?
It says, Matthew 5 and 14, "Ye are the light of the world."
We're the light of the world. When these 3 Ishmaelite babies just passed by, they looked at us and they were like, man, these guys are out here. What are they doing? And I know they speak English, and I know their parents speak Spanish. But I wasn't talking to their parents. I was talking to them. And I was telling them, because I know they speak English, I know they speak Spanish, but I also know that those little boys speak English. And one of them had to be 12.
Yeah.
So all these abominations that keep happening, we're like a beacon of light. We're standing against it. First of all, we're standing against it. So that's why the whole world is like, man, what do these guys got a problem with? Everybody else in the church is okay with homosexuals in the church. And you won't ever find a homosexual in the Israelite community. I didn't say black Hebrew Israelite, I said Hebrew Israelite community. You won't ever find a homosexual up in a camp.
That's right.
And don't tempt Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and start a homosexual camp. You guys will get fucked up through the spirit. I'm not what's it called? I'm not making threats. I'm making warnings. Yahweh will put the spirit on somebody to fuck you up, man. Like Apostle Gabar was talking about Charles Manson. The Lord put the spirit on Charles Manson to kill homosexual Jakes. And then at the end of Charles Manson's life, the Lord put the spirit on a Jake to kill Charles Manson. And that's why we say all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because of our teachers taught us that.
Yep. We don't want. We fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, we want that to happen to us.
Shit, I do not want to get jacked up in this society. I want to get saved, man. Because I know for a fact I can't rely on my own abilities to save myself. Like, for example, if it was up to me, I would go to work every day, but today I woke up sick, so I couldn't go. I had to call in. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I feel better right now because I'm up here speaking the truth, but I still got a little thing going on, but I'm dealing with it. You can't call into the truth. You can't go hard and then stop and then go hard again. You gotta keep going hard.
You gotta keep the water flowing, you know. Can't be a drip, you know. Your water can't be dripping. You gotta keep it flowing.
And this is Leviticus 18 and 29. Everyone who does any of these abominations shall be cut off from among his people. So right there, 2/3. You guys are getting separation anxiety already.
So if you're doing the abomination of homosexuality, you can't go to church.
But you can go to these buildings, you can go to these churches and be a homosexual. You won't be a homosexual and come up to this church. You won't be a woman and come up to this church. Start talking about Yahweh Shai is a black man. Get out of here with that. It ain't gonna happen out here. And death to all you fucking pedophiles in those churches, man. Even though that's your job to do that, that you were brought up by the Spirit to do that, I condemn you for that. So that's the job.
And that picture of Jesus Christ, he was a homo, okay? Because that picture of Jesus Christ, that was Caesar Borgia.
That's exactly what it was. And
he was the son of the Roman Catholic Church.
He was the son of Alexander Sixtus, which was a pope of the Roman Catholic Church in 1492.
And he had relations with, sexual relations with Michelangelo
and Leonardo.
And Leonardo, and had sex with his sister.
Disgusting ass motherfucker.
So that picture that you see, you're worshiping a
homosexual.
Yep.
But in 1995, they had the writer trial, and from then on, it's okay for you to see a homosexual pastor. It's acceptable. It's acceptable, which means it's heresy. It's against the doctrine of the truth. So every church that allows that, it's death to you, man. Hope that building falls on top of you.
That's why that guy, Jesus Christ, that's why he looks like that. That's why he looks all homo-y. You know, he looks all fruity and shit. Man, the Son of God, he ain't really like that. He's a man of war. He'll look at you with a cold stare, you know what I mean?
He'll fucking put fear in your life.
This is Matthew 5 and 15. It says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
In the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. When we make those videos and there's like for example, the Apostles Live. When they go on live, I don't get a chance to catch it on live because I'm uploading videos. But when I do have time to watch it, I watch it. And then I learn from it. And then off of that, I get little notes and I study those little things that the Apostle said. And then I make my own videos off of that. So there's no regurgitation here. I'm not repeating what the Apostle said unless I quote them. I'm actually learning from them. They say something, I learn it, I look it up in history, I make sure that what they're saying is real and true, and then I put my own understanding to that breakdown, and then slang it out the door.
It says, It says, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. So all the people who are listening to this truth, you guys are receiving the light, because we're shining it unto you guys.
And the light is, homosexuality is bad, all right? Caesar Borgia up on that fucking cross is bad. It's an abomination.
Yep.
The cross is a T for the Tammuz. The church is not in a building, it's right here, the spirit right here. And the scripture says where two or more are together in my name, that's where the Holy Spirit is.
Right.
So you got to stop doing those sins. You got to stop committing sin, transgression of the law. You got to stop breaking the law.
Yep. So you telling me you would rather break this white man's law than to break God's law, the Most High?
What the brother meant to say is you rather break Yahweh's law instead of you rather break the. Because you said you rather break the white man's law. What you probably meant to say is you rather follow the white man's law than follow Yahweh's law, right?
Salakia.
Hey, that's all right.
So you guys would rather follow this white man's law rather than follow the Most High Yahweh's law.
It's painfully evident that you do, and you'd rather do that because you're not ashamed of being gay. This is Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man lies with the male as with the woman, both of them shall be put to death for their abominable deed, for they have forfeited their lives. Okay, so what that dude Walter Ryder did is basically he forfeited his life. He basically ordained a homosexual man, a homosexual that was active, still having sex with other men, in the church, in his church, preaching, reading out of this book, this holy of holies. So all of those people are going to be condemned to death. That's why I say death to them.
That's right, man.
Just doing my job.
Like when you forfeit a game.
Hey, just think about it. You're playing the fucking game and you fucking get up and throw down the controller. That means you're done.
Or like if you're playing two teams are going at it, and one of them has to forfeit because, they lost too many players or something.
Yeah. That's like when you're playing a basketball and you're getting shut out and they score 100 points. That means you forfeited because you're not even trying.
You're like, might as well. That's how it is with this white man. He's like, might as well. I'm already,
Hey, and this is a spiritual fight. This is a spiritual cage match between the prophets of Israel and the prophets of Satan. So Yahweh Shai is in our corner and the angels are in our corner and Satan's in your corner, Esau, and he's basically throwing in the towel. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, man, because they put up a Baphomet statue too.
Yeah, they did.
They just put up a Baphomet statue in Wisconsin or something like that.
Yep. So what is Baphomet? It's half male, half female.
Yeah, so a transgender statue, man, that's going against the scriptures.
You want to get 1 Corinthians 6 and 9?
Let me get that one first.
All right, go ahead.
And this is for you transgenders. Leviticus 20 and 13. Oh, Salat. Salat, Deuteronomy 23 and 1. He that is wounded in the stones, or hath his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So if you're born a man and you decide to get your penis chopped off, you can't enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Bruce Jenner right there.
Yep.
And that's what we mean when we're telling you that America's that great city Babylon. And they're not ashamed of what they're doing. Because Bruce Jenner did that transgender fucking surgery.
There's a lot of transgenders in the industry, you know.
And incest is one of those things that you guys do. It's just a bunch of wickedness. I got 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. I'm going to start at 7. Now indeed, then it is, in any case, a failure on your part that you have lawsuits against each other. Why not rather put up with injustice? Why not rather let yourselves be cheated? So what does that mean? That means when you have a problem with each other, you guys call the police. You guys go to court. Don't you know that we can judge things according to the Bible? Let me just keep going. Verse 8. Instead, you inflict injustice and cheat, and this to brothers. So you do it to your own brothers, man. You're just taking them to court and suing them, and then you win the case, and now they have to pay you for the rest of their lives. Do you not know that the unjust will not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh? So when you keep wanting to live in injustice and keep doing those unjust things, you're not going to inherit the kingdom.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay. So what will be, pedophilia would be one of those injustices. Homosexuality would be one of those injustices. Especially you pedophiles, because you take those young boys, basically kidnap them, and that's how you get people to vote for your agenda. You kidnap these kids, they're taken away from their families, you raise them up by yourselves, and then you reintroduce them into society under false identities, but they're all fucked up in the head, and they allow laws like pedophilia to pass by and homosexuality in the church. That's how you get these agendas to pass by, because you kidnap a good person. Well, you kidnap a good mind, and then you fuck it up, and then you reprogram it, reintroduce it into society, and most of these kidnapped pedophile victims end up working in the Congress or in the White House, and one of your own CIA directors spilled the beans on that. So
the best way to teach, the kids is when they're barely starting to grow, when they're a baby, should already start teaching them.
Because the younger they are, the more impressionable they get, and that's also true for society. Let's say if a kid